Happy Monday, guys. The market will be open today. And when the market open, we have fun. Hi, guys. Welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. I have a video today that's very special. It's a video that will prepare you for the entire week and for the entire year. Yes, you heard that right. So William Li was at the auto show that's going on in Shanghai, and CGTN, one of the Chinese news stations, interviewed him and asked him some very important and critical questions. Let's hear what he had to say. The question was, does NIO still have a bright future? That was the first question. William Li said, why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we? Look at our highly competitive products. Invested in research and development for the past few years, and this year that will turn into product strength, he said. Yes, into product strength. So everyone was like, well, we invented the God chip. We invented so many technology like Skyos, etc. Excuse me, guys, that will be implemented into our EVs. But where is it? Well, it's coming, and it's coming this year. And it started with Onvo. It is in the ET9. The technology is going to be in every EV that every updated model that we released this year, along with the L90, the L80, etc. So the research and development is going to show its fruitage this year, so to speak. He says this year, that research and development will turn into product strength. 9 new models this year, nine new models this year with a lot of in-house tech. Battery swap grew into a huge network with over 72 million swaps, proving that it's here to stay. It's adopted. People love it. The convenience, the fact that you don't have to worry about a bad battery, etc. He said this year, they're going to cover every county in China by the end of this year. 20 provincial regions with swap stations. Did you guys forget about that? We're going to connect the entire China with battery swap stations. Can you guys imagine the magnitude of that alone? 22, so it's all our gas stations, so to speak, throughout China. They don't have to look elsewhere. 2025 is the year of tech implementation for NIO. All of what we have done research and development on will be implemented, and you shall see the fruitage, boy. A big year for our products. More importantly, big year, he says, for infrastructure. I've always spoken about infrastructure and how important it is and why we're going to be the leader. We are already the leader in the premium segment, but we're going to be the leader overall, even in the sub-segment, because of infrastructure. He says he's confident of our goal of breaking even by the end of this year. He says, how will you hit this year's goal of doubling sales? That was another question. When the first quarter was only 40,000. Asked the reporter. Only, he says, 40,000. So William Li said to him, well, in the first quarter, just like every year, we had in this quarter 40% increase year over year. And the ET9 started in the end of the first quarter. So this is what I was saying in one of my previous videos. People need to be very careful, because when we report the first quarter, it may look a little lackluster compared to what, we're planning to double sales by the end of this year. So how could that be with only 40% year over year? And some people will poop their pants and panic and create buying opportunities for me. I am happy about that. I need a butler, I need a gardener, and we need those people in society. So I want to thank them for when they sell their shares. So he says, but in the second quarter, we will enter a major new product cycle in the auto industry. Growth relies heavily on new product launches. Growth relies heavily on new product launches. That's why BYD took over, because of the amount of products they have on the market. Some people used to always say, Tesla only have 2 products. Yes, this is why Tesla was not at the show again. They have nothing to show. And this is why they were 70% down in sales year over year in the first quarter, while we were 40% up. Critical thinking and common sense, my dear lads. So as Tesla continues to crumble like I predicted it would, and Donald Trump continues to pass, regulations to help him by, lowering the safety standards, it still would not save him. So as they continue to crumble with their 2 products that's now outdated and it belongs in the Flintstone era, NIO will continue to launch new models. They're already working on a new Firefly. Yes, a new Firefly. So we are very confident in the second half, he emphasized, just like in last year, in the second half we ramped up in a massive manner, that in the next 2 to 3 years will be very important on how NIO competes against others in order to stay in the finals. And that goes for every EV company. Within the next 2 to 3 years, it will be a very, very important time where the rest of the playing field that are just there to, pass time, they will just fall by the wayside. So they're just there. They know it's kind of like when a politician is running for office, they know they don't even have a chance, but poor lad, they still run. It's like that. Since last year, NIO have been making strong internal changes, and we are already seeing its fruitage. And that very one will see that in every quarter going forward this year. So everything that we're implementing by the end of last year, we will see its fruitage going into this year, even with management shake-up, cutting off wastage, etc., etc. There is nearly a $13,723 price gap between NIO and Onvo, so as to separate the premium brand from the sub-brand, because one of the questions was, will Onvo take too much shares away from NIO? And again, you can tell the reporter isn't the sharpest tool in the shed, but people who are buying an Onvo will never have it in their mind to buy a NIO because it's not in their budget. It is, a couple steps ahead of the game, so to speak. Xpeng has Mona, Li Auto has L6. What about NIO? He asks. William basically made a distinction between the premium car market, and he says that is a smaller market that we currently in. We only now coming out with a sub-brand market, and again, we dominated the premium market. So Mona and Lee, whatever it's called, they're actually having nightmares right now. I even heard that Lee, the CEO of Li Auto, is not sleeping at night because he see the L90 coming, because he knows what's coming for him. And we hold 40% of the market share, William Lee said, of the premium segment. And our sub-brand is selling good as well, considering that it's a new brand altogether, and we need to bring awareness to that, but it's happening. So this gives me the confidence to understand that this year is our pivotal year going forward and going up, where we prove that we will double sales. All of our new tech coming out that's implemented in our cars will help us increase our margins considerably. And the partnerships that are releasing their battery swap enabled models are coming out in the third quarter. It's going to be very interesting and very yummy for the tummy. So I hope you guys found this video on a Monday morning to be informational, inspirational, and motivational. If so, guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It takes a lot of time to do these videos and the editing. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we are waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie from the ground level up as to how the game is played on Wall Street. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.